session, as well as our special guest, Mr. Anders Carlson, Deputy Head of Mission, Embassy of Denmark in Bangladesh, to kindly join us on stage. Before we commence the prize giving ceremony, let us take a moment to reflect on the key highlights of CPD Climate Week 2025, a week that has brought together researchers, policymakers, development partners, youth leaders, and climate advocates under one platform to share ideas and solutions for a sustainable future. Day one began with the International Conference on a World Beyond Crisis Climate Solutions That Work. The day opened with an inaugural ceremony and an insightful opening plenary titled Road to COP30: How Can National Interests Be Aligned with Global Climate Goals? This was followed by two rounds of parallel panel discussions featuring six thematic sessions with distinguished speakers from all around the world. The sessions covered a range of pressing issues, from operationalizing NDCs in climate vulnerable countries, integrating gender equity into climate policies, and advancing carbon markets in Bangladesh, to promoting climate smart agriculture, enhancing climate finance and governance, and achieving debt sustainability in the face of climate change. The day also witnessed the launch of the report, Navigating Debt, Development, and Disasters, Making Debt Sustainability Analysis Work for Bangladesh. Two featured paper presentations by young scholars where we received paper submissions from all around the world. The presentations were conducted across six parallel sessions, and this was followed by a highly interactive youth policy workshop and dialogue on day three. Participants from across 8 divisions of Bangladesh engaged in group discussions to identify major climate challenges and propose practical policy solutions. Their recommendations were later presented to a high level panel of academicians, climate experts, and researchers who provided valuable feedback and insights. This momentum continued on day four with a series of vibrant competitive events: the Climate Olympiad, Policy Case Competition, and Green Project Exhibition, showcasing the creativity, innovation, and dedication of Bangladesh's youth towards sustainable climate action. Throughout the past 4 days, we have witnessed a series of insightful discussions and innovative ideas that have highlighted the importance of collective action in addressing climate challenges. Today, we gather to recognize and honor the outstanding contributions made during this year's Climate Week. In this regard, I would now like to invite the chair of this session, Dr. Famida Khatun, Executive Director of Center for Policy Dialogue, to share her remarks.
Good afternoon. Thank you, Anders, for joining this program. We're really happy and honored and delighted that you could make it. As you have heard from Afreen, that we had a 4-day long session, which is, I think, the first ever Climate Week in Bangladesh. We hear, there is London Climate Week, New York Climate Week, but we thought that since Bangladesh is one of the most vulnerable countries to the impact of climate change, we should also organize something similar to what is happening in other countries. Of course, there are a lot of initiatives which are visible in Bangladesh, and that's not only in the capital, but that is outside the capital. Because if you look at the geography of Bangladesh, that there are some most vulnerable areas within the country itself, which are affected every year because of various natural disasters, flood, cyclone, so and heat waves, of course. So we thought that, in addition to what we do as CPD, that organize seminars and dialogues, and then we carry out the conversation, and then put forward the recommendations. We thought that we would bring in uh, not only the researchers, well-established researchers, but also young, minds who are studying or who are at their early career. So that's why we have this. Out of these 4 days, we have had 3 of those days dedicated for the young people. And as you have heard, that we had multiple types of activities. And the whole objective was to, of course, increase the awareness, but not only awareness, to find solutions, because we talk a lot, we know. I think by now, at least the young generation, those who are studying and those who are very aware of what is happening around the world, including Bangladesh, they know the problem, the depth of the problem, the seriousness, the intensity of the problem, but we need now to find solutions. And when you talk about solutions, solutions have to be homegrown. As you know, that those who, I don't know how many of you are studying climate change or environment, but you don't have to also. But if you look at the problems around, we talk about the requirements for investment to face that, to come up with solutions. We need finance, we need technology, we need capacity. So we, but at the same time, you also know that finance is so limited. We always, when you talk about the investment requirement, we talk about the, the gap which we face in terms of having funds for climate issues. And since Bangladesh is at the receiving end, in the sense that, Bangladesh is not a large contributor to the greenhouse gas emissions. Only less than 0.5% of the total GHG emission is done by Bangladesh, which is very insignificant. But on the other hand, if we do not address the problem right now, it will increase, because Bangladesh is a large country in terms of population. So and we expect that economic activities will enhance, will increase over the years, because we want to grow, we want to become a developed country. At the same time, we also want to grow in such a way that we do not destroy our natural resources. We do not destroy our forests. We do not destroy our lakes and ponds and other natural species. So we need to manage resources, and we need to lead a life which is conservative, in the sense that we do not waste, but at the same time also we find ways to reduce emissions. For example, two parts, as you know, that climate change has. Basically, when you talk about addressing climate change issues, it's adaptation. That means, when you have flood, that is natural disaster. We do not have much control on that. Flood and cyclone. After that, we try to reduce the damage as much as possible. Human, lives, saving also other natural resources. That that is the adaptation part. But the other part, as I've mentioned, that the emissions, we also want to reduce emissions, so that the global warming or various impacts of, carbon emissions, that impact is not only on human health but the whole environmental ecosystem. So we want to reduce that. For both, we need investment, we need innovation. So we thought that since young minds are more creative and they are into things on the ground, we wanted to listen to them. We want to hear, their solutions, and also not only in terms of research, but also what they're doing in practical. So that's where you see that these green projects is one of those, ideas what we wanted to bring in and show uh, the audience, which we had during these last 4 days. So that is the whole objective of this climate week. We have observed that there has been a lot of enthusiasm. There have been responses from around the world. On the second day, when we had the paper presentation, so for that, we received more than 400 abstracts executive summary or proposals, and from that we had to we had to select, and then final papers were presented on the second day. Same thing goes for the policy case and also for the project competition, and you have also participated in the climate Olympiad. In terms of Olympiad, that's also another issue we wanted to bring in, because we are aware of climate issues, but then thinking it about, every day, thinking about it, and also thinking structurally. You know that there is math Olympiad, science Olympiad, physics, chemistry, on all these. Social sciences are less. Economics Olympiad has started. Now we have started this climate Olympiad, which also, will keep you busy in thinking it more scientifically or socially also, because climate issue is a multidimensional issue. It is a cross-cutting issue. It's not only an issue who study environmental and climate issues, but it is also an issue who study economics, who study political science, who study management, who study science. So every subject has a link, because climate issue is our existential issue. Each of us, rich or poor, old or young, everyone is going to be affected of that. So that's why unless and until we can take some concrete measures to reduce the vulnerabilities to the impact of climate change, we pose a serious difficulty in the coming days. So this has started. So I know many of you have traveled from outside Dhaka. Thank you very much for taking interest and showing your encouragement, enthusiasm in this. We are also enthusiastic about it. We are very encouraged and impressed by your responses, that you want to take part and you want to be part of this journey. And as you know that in November, the COP30, as you know, the Conference of Parties under the UNFCCC, where countries will take part. And that is another platform where the policymakers, activists, scientists, researchers, media, everyone take part alongside the government stream, because while the governments are engaged in negotiating various agreements, but there is also outside a voice from all citizens, and that voice is very much needed. I see many young people also take part there, and their voice is so strong and powerful. We want also Bangladeshi youth have a stronger voice in those global platforms. And in order to make a stronger voice, you need to understand the dynamics of climate issues. So that is how we are trying to help you understand. This has just begun, but we hope to continue such process, maybe not at this scale, but in one way or other. And I also hope that you have built a network amongst yourself and also amongst, with us as well. So if someone is trying to pursue this area, you can keep in touch. You can follow our websites, our LinkedIn, where you can see what kind of activities are going on. So with this, I would like to end, and again, as you can see, this program has been completed in collaboration with the Embassy of Denmark in Bangladesh and World Bank. We once again thank the Embassy of Denmark, and particularly Anders, for joining this. So this is also a sign that the global community is equally supportive to Bangladesh's cause. So you will receive, those who will be receiving the certificates, congratulations to them, but those who will not, they also deserve a big congratulation and round of applause for taking part. And your participation has made this program successful. We look forward to seeing you once again in the future, and I wish you all the best. Thank you.
Thank you, Madam, for your inspiring words. It is now my pleasure to invite our special guest, the Deputy Head of Mission, Embassy of Denmark in Bangladesh, Mr. Anders Carlson, to provide his remarks.
Good afternoon, everyone. It's indeed a great pleasure to be here. Thank you, Famida, for inviting me for this end of the Climate Week 2025. It's a very timely event, given that at the sort of very high global level, our planet is attacked by at least three major crises. One of them we focus on today, the climate change. One is the attack on biodiversity, and then finally also the effects of pollution. So it's very timely in that sense. And it's also timely, as Famida alluded to, the next month, all the world leaders will meet in the Amazonas, in a place called Belém in Brazil, to continue their talk about finding solutions to this climate change. And it's my hope, and it's certainly the Danish government's intention, that this COP30, it's been going on for 30 years, almost half my life, and for most of you, started before you were born. That it's time now for action. There's been enough talk, it's time to move on. Often it's the most vulnerable countries like Bangladesh with the low coastline, countries in the Caribbean that suffer the most from the effects of climate change. So I think we need now to move from all these promises and look for some tangible progress. I think I'd like to thank CPD for bringing all of you together, youth, policymakers, industry leaders, experts, academia. It's very important to have this cooperation across these groups to exchange ideas, to develop practical solutions, approaches to our shared climate challenges. And let me just take this opportunity again to thank CPD. I've never stopped to be amazed by the capacity of CPD to organize these events, whether it's bringing young people in to discuss climate change or it's analyzing the national budget in very professional ways. We're proud to be partners with CPD. I think we're all striving to build resilience for vulnerable communities. The solutions, I think we know most of them, what is needed, and the challenges lie in scaling them up, make sure we have coordination, and of course, financing. There is a need to secure sufficient financing to implement these initiatives based on knowledge we have. Platforms like this are very important. They bridge these gaps between the different groups. And then it's absolutely no need to invent new solutions every time. We need to learn from each other, and this is a way to do that. And at the same time, of course, it's fascinating to see the creativity, the innovation in this room and in the projects outside. It's very interesting, and I'm very happy to have had the opportunity to see that. So I'd just like to thank you all for your very active engagement here, your unwavering commitment, and I hope that CPD will continue this initiative and also continue to bring people together to share insights, lessons with policymakers to inspire more effective and inclusive climate action. Let's make this a recurrent event. And maybe let's not just make this one climate week, let's make every week climate week. Let's be conscious and aware of what we can do to deal with the consequences of climate change, both in the adaptation sense, but also let's think how we reduce emissions, even though we feel we don't emit a lot as a person, as a family, as a country. We just need to think along in those terms. Denmark is committed and will take that line in Brazil at the next COP to continue to get other countries together to tackle the climate change, to stay faithful to the commitments of what we refer to as a Paris Agreement, to fight to keep the global warming at less than 1.5. These are the things we will go to Brazil to fight for, and we will also continue our very strong partnership in climate with Bangladesh that we've had for many years, and we look forward to continue. Once again, thank you very much, and look forward to the prize ceremony. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Carlson, for your thoughtful words and insights. We will now move on to the most anticipated segment of today's program, the prize distribution ceremony, where we recognize the outstanding achievements and contributions of our participants throughout CPD Climate Week 2025. I would like to request Dr. Famida Khatun and Mr. Carlson to perhaps step forward for the prize giving ceremony. Ma'am, Isham. The first category is the best paper. The paper presentations occurred across 6 streams. So best paper awards will be provided to 6 winners across 6 streams. The first stream, Adaptation, Mitigation, and Resilience, Low Carbon Transition Strategies. The winner is the paper title, Effects of Absolute Humidity on Degree Cases in Dhaka City, authored by Anab Shariar. He is from Bangladesh University of Engineering and Technology from Bangladesh. From the second stream, Locally Led Adaptation and Nature-Based Solutions, Urban Heat Stress Management. The winner, the title paper which won is titled 2 Decades of Warming, Urban Expansion and Accelerating Heat Island Effects in Kabul, Afghanistan. This paper was authored by Imal Ahmed Husseinzad and Zhonghua Gao from the Institution of School of Urban Design, Wuhan University, China. From the third stream, which was titled Disaster Risk Reduction, Loss and Damage, and Delivering Climate Justice, the paper which won is titled Modeling Forest Fire Risk Using Machine Learning and Satellite Remote Sensing, authored by Hira Salim from Pakistan. From Stream 4, which was Modeling Climate Risks and Socioeconomic Impacts, Finance for Climate Action, the paper that won is titled Modeling the Ecological Niche and Future Distribution of Equilaria melicensis in Bangladesh, Implications for Conservation and Climate Resilience. This paper was authored by Tawhidul Islam from Bangladesh. From Stream 5, which was Sectoral Impacts of Climate Change, that is, for example, Agriculture, Health, and Livelihoods, Green Jobs Creation, the paper that won is titled Weathering Change, Understanding Household Shifts in the Age of Climate and Energy Crisis. This paper was authored by Darlene Mbande Nakoma from Malawi. From the final stream, Stream 6, Advancing Green Technology, Circular Economy Models, and Digital Solutions, Harnessing AI for Climate Change, the paper that won is titled Effect of Regenerative Agriculture on Climate Change, Mitigation for Farmers in Khulna District. This paper was authored by Shahriya Salim Oishi from Khulna University, Bangladesh. I would like to call all the three winners back on the stage for a group photo. Would any of the winners like to take a moment to say something? Anybody wants to say something?
Good afternoon, everyone. It is a very, very nice experience for me. I'm coming from Shahjalal University of Science and Technology, Sylhet. So it is very far from Dhaka. So it's a very nice experience, and I thanks to CPD and Embassy of Denmark for arranging this climate change. So I think this program will be success for the future time, and I hope everyone in this here present also give priority for adapting in climate change and other mechanisms of the climate change. So thanks everyone. Thank you CPD and Embassy of Denmark.
I would now like to announce the winners for the second category, which is Climate Olympiad. So the third runner-up is PM Ishtiaq Ahmed Chamun. I would request, please come up to the stage. I would now like to request the second runner-up, Fahim Muntasir, to please come up on stage to receive your award. Now, I would like to call upon the winner of the first prize, Ms. Humaira Anisha Hussain Tuni, to come up to the stage to receive your award. I would like to request all the three winners to come up to the stage once again for a group photo. I would also like to ask Ms. Tony to come up to the podium to perhaps share your experience.
Hello, everyone. My name is Anisha. It's not my first Olympiad, but I never attended an Olympiad like this. And it was totally and unexpected that I went. Thank you, CPD, for organizing a wonderful Olympiad and a beautiful climate week. And thank you for Embassy of Denmark for arranging in collaboration with. Thank you for that. Thank you, everyone.
I would now like to announce the winners for the third category, which is the policy case competition. So the second runner-up is Team 3-0, and the members are MD Sadiq Jamal Kaushik, Amlan Deb Nath, and MD Tanvir Alom. Please come up to the stage to receive your award. I would now like to announce the champion of climate policy case competition, Team TBS. I would like the team members to please come up on stage to receive your award. Naushin Sharmin, Nushain Islam Shifat, and Naimul Islam. Thank you very much. Can the two team members come up for a photo? I would like to ask one of the members of Team TBS if they would like to share their thoughts and experience.
Good afternoon. Thank you for giving me the opportunity to share my experience. It was wonderful to see the other participants work. Everybody worked really hard. I would like to congratulate the people who are here today, all the 5 teams. We also got a chance to see the projects people brought, and those were also very interesting. It was a great learning opportunity for us. We would like to thank CPD for that. Thank you.
I would now like to announce the winners for the 4th category, which is the Green Project Exhibition. So the second runner-up is Ecolary Edible Cutlery for a Sustainable Future. Now I would like to announce the name for the first runner-up, which is BCEP project of Shakti Foundation. I would like I would now like to announce the champion of the Green Project exhibition, which is EcoCraft Repurposing Tetra Pak and Plastic Bottle Waste for Climate Resilience in Urban Slums of Bangladesh. I would like to request all the 3 winners of this award to come up on stage for a group photo. I would like to request any member from EcoCraft to share their thoughts and experience.
Good afternoon and assalamu alaikum. It's amazing. Today, I just remember where we started. We started on Rhode Island with empty hand. And after 10 years, we have been impacted more than 3 lakhs people positively. So 2 things we have, and those are dream and courage. Dream and courage to bring change in the society, to bring change in the world. So our eco project, based on create reusable, repurposeful products from waste material. And our slogan is clean world, women empowerment, and sustainable future. Thank you so much. And I really would like to thank CPD for giving us this opportunity and where we can able to showcasing our products and showcasing the products which have been made by underprivileged children, adolescents, and youth. So that is the proof that if we can ensure the right opportunity for them, we can have them, their potentiality. So last and not the least, thank you, CPD. Thank you, His Excellence, and the Embassy of Denmark, and the World Bank. So time has came to become serious about the climate problem, as well as we should promote the opportunity we have. Thank you so much, and thanks for your support, and thanks all the winners, and thanks all the organization we participated, because we already are winners. We came here after winning first and second round. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, EcoCraft, for your thoughtful words. Now I would like to invite back Dr. Famida Khatun once again to give her vote of thanks and conclude the program. I would like to instead invite Mr. Abra Bhattacharya to provide his vote of thanks. Please come up on stage.
Thank you. First of all, I'd like to thank all the participants here today, because in the closing session, a lots of participants is rare in Bangladesh. because we already passed 4 days, 4 full days, not a half days, a full 4 days, and still we have around 150 participants in the room. So thank you all of the participants from bottom of my heart and from my CPD colleagues. And also I'd like to thank Danish Embassy and the World Bank who supported us for this program. And also I'd like to thank Dr. Fahmida Khatun, our Executive Director of CPD, to support us, to encourage us to perform well and better. And for this particular program, the Climate Week 2005, I especially want to mention Mr. Fakhruddin. At the end, Fakhruddin, please stand up. Fakhruddin is coordinating the whole program, contact the participants, and designed the full program. So thank you, Fakhruddin and his teammates, Farah, Takrim, and some other my colleagues from Research Division. Please stand up. Everybody wants to see your face, our young face. And for them, it has been possible that so much young people participated in this Climate Week. Please give them a big hand, please. And thank you, my colleagues from the Research Division. They all are young and working at the CPD in different sections. And lastly, I'd like to thank my colleagues, because I am from the Dialogue and Communication Division. My colleagues, Mr. Khalid, he coordinates all the logistics, all the foods, and he's coordinating all the logistics for this Climate Week. And Miss Emma and Sarwar. And I'd like to mention Sarwar over there. I'd like to mention that all the session here we live streamed at our 3 digital platforms, at the Facebook, YouTube, and in the LinkedIn. So you can see later what happened in the CPD Climate Week. So please go to our digital platform and please subscribe and see the whole program. And lastly, my other colleagues like the Saiful Bhai and also the Sanjoy and some other colleagues from Dialogue Division who worked well. That's why this is a great success. And finally, I would like to thank Ether Sounds. They are managing all the logistics you see here. The camera, the LED, the camera person, Shubho Bhai, and also the Bragg in colleagues who makes this Climate Week success. So thank you once again all. If I miss someone, please forgive me. Thank you very much, and thank you. I would like to invite you for the last food that Khalid has arranged. Thank you very much.